Oh, here comes some more people. I knew it would happen right at the last minute. There's an interesting lesson in life that you learn in a choir, and that is if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. So as teachers, you'll find yourself, oh, we have to be there at 10, and you leave at 1 minute to 10. Well, that's too late. You're late. So it's a habit you'll get. But anyway, my name is Al Hirsch, and I'm a musician, a storyteller, and a puppeteer. I do concerts for kids. I teach singing at different Montessori schools once a week, and I've been doing that for over 40 years. And I know just a ton of children's songs and poems and stories and all that stuff. I do circle time, and probably there's some people in here that do a circle time every day, don't you? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so singing is only one part of circle time. Anything you do with kids, that if you do it too long, they won't want to do it the next day. So one of the secrets in teaching is you have to stop before they're ready to stop. And that means you have to read them, okay? You have to watch them and see what's the body language. They're starting to bother each other. They need to move, or they need to do something else because you've lost them. You know, when you have their attention, you know it. And so singing is only one part of what I do in circle time, and that's what we're going to focus on today. I wrote a little book that's available. It's called Xylophoni Maccaroni. It covers pretty much everything we're going to do here. I might miss something, and I'll have a bunch of them at the end if people want to get them. I call it that because you have to make it fun with kids. If it's, okay, we're going to have music now, if it's very stiff and it's not fun, they won't do it. And what I'm going to teach you is things I learned in a choir from a choir director that I recently contacted him, and he was just amazed that I was still teaching these vocal exercises. If you want to sing opera and you live in Italy, you have to do opera exercises long before you ever sing a song. And those exercises are training your larynx and your vocal cords to make sounds correctly, okay? And the way you do that is by these 5 sounds: oo, e, o, a, and ah. There's 5 facial positions that you're making when you make those sounds. Ooh is like a pucker. Ooh. E is a smile. E. O, you make a little circle with your mouth. O. A, you open your mouth a little wider. A. And then ah, you open your mouth wide. Okay, those are the 5 sounds that we're going to use today, and they're from the Italian opera. Okay, these are Italian opera exercises that we're going to do. And we're going to go on to other things too, but that's the basis of this whole concept of training the child's voice. How do you get them to sing? You can't make them sing. You have to trick them. Okay? You got to, use some form of enchantment to get them to do it. So the first thing we're going to learn today is how to breathe. Does everybody here know how to breathe? You breathe in your nose and out your mouth. That's the traditional way to breathe. Athletes do it. Singers do it. We forget sometimes. I mean, we have a clogged nose. We breathe through our mouth all the time. So everyone take a deep breath in your nose and breathe out your mouth. Now, when I took voice in college, the first thing they taught us was about the diaphragm. And you fill your diaphragm with air as well as your lungs. And the way they did it is they had us lay on the floor and put a stack of textbooks on your top of your diaphragm and make them move up and down by breathing. I don't do that with kids, but that's what we did as college students. And you want to breathe enough air into you so that the air will make the sounds come out. You can't make sound without air. So now we're going to make the first sound. We're going to take a deep breath and we're going to breathe out the sound ooh. Okay? We're going to go for as long as we can. All right? Deep breath. Ooh. Take a deep enough breath, you can go a pretty long time. Okay, next sound is E. And the next sound is O. O. Now we're going to divert a little bit. We're going to make a sound. It's called humming, and by saying the word some and then holding the M. So deep breath. Some. And another breath. Fun. And then another breath. And one more. You sound wonderful. You have to tell children they sound good. It helps. That was beautiful. Now, to get 3-year-olds to do that, they might not do it the first time you do it, but if you keep repeating it, eventually they'll start doing it, and they'll look at each other and make, ooh. Because it's easy to learn the words, right? It's just the sound. You're not trying to learn a whole song. You're just learning sounds to make. Now, I did some and fun because I wanted to illustrate the human voice. What is a human voice? When I was a kid, they called it a voice box. So I always thought there was a little box down there where the sound came out of. Well, it's not. You have something called vocal folds or vocal cords. They're like ligaments. There's 2 of them. And when you sing, they vibrate. They're more like this. And when you talk, they beat each other up. Okay? They're hitting each other when you talk. And so when you're singing, the vibration, you can feel it. So let's do E. Just hold your hand in your throat. E. Can you feel them vibrating in there? Okay. Now when you do some, your lips vibrate. Try it. Some. Do your lips vibrate when you do that? Okay. Now try fun. Fun. Squeeze your nose. Fun. Your nose is vibrating. So the voice box is your whole head and your chest, your lungs. It's this huge thing. That's why we all sound different from one another, because we're all different. We don't all have the same size ears or noses or anything. So that's why we all sound different from one another. It's because our voice box is different. Yet you can match sounds. So that's your voice box. And the vocal cords need care. They need water. They like to be wet. If you're dehydrated, the first part of your body to dry out is your vocal cords. Coffee dries them out. You ever heard of a chaser?
Yeah.
You know, when you drink a shot of whiskey? You have a beer chaser? Well, chase the coffee with water. And milk also coagulates on your vocal cords, so you want to get that off of there. One of the things you learn about clearing your throat is to not go, I'm going to do it. That's beating up your vocal cords. Just go with air, blow whatever's on your vocal. Because when you're clearing your throat or coughing, it's because something's on your vocal cords, whether it's mucus or food or whatever. So water, drink lots of water. It really makes a difference. And we all love coffee, but coffee dries it out. So, being dehydrated is the singer's enemy. The one way to know if you're dehydrated or not is the color of urine. If it's yellow and dark, you need more water. It's that simple. Okay, so you know a little bit about the physical part of the voice. Now, children love to sing, but they don't like repetition. So if you're going to do vocal exercises with kids, you want to, first of all, keep it fun, but also keep it short. Just a few minutes, and then sing a song, or then do something else. So I'm going to use a xylophone. I'll use this one. So after I might do those little exercises we just did where we did all 5 sounds, then I might do something with the xylophone. I said, let's take the sound ooh for a walk. Ooh. Pretty easy, right? Well, that's called a scale. Xylophones are made just like the Montessori bells. There's 8 distinct notes from C all the way to C. This is one that's made by Rhythm Activities or something. It looks like a stairway. And if you look, all the stairs are not the same height. Why? Anybody know? In a scale, there are 2 half steps. The rest are whole steps. So here's a whole step, a whole step. Oh, this one's shorter. That's a half step. Whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, so this is the key of C, and in the key of C, there's 2 half steps. In other keys, if you had a, well, we'll do that later, there's other, either fewer or more half steps. Okay, so a xylophone is a great tool. So we did just the basic 5 sounds, ooh, oh, ah. Okay, you can do the scale. You can also do ooh. Let's do E. E. Okay, O all by yourselves. So on the xylophone, that's, I'm sorry. And you can jump up a step. That's just skipping. That's all that is. You're skipping notes, but you're matching that with your voice. Now, children like to match things, right? Don't you do a lot of matching things in school? Match this card with that picture. And all that. So that's what we do. These are just using those 5 sounds, ooh, oh, ah. You can do, those are called thirds when you do it that way. I'll show you another way to do that too when I use the glockenspiel. So this is my Xylophoni Maccaroni. They like that. They think that's cute and funny, that they love macaroni. And xylophony is kind of my coined word, but way long time ago, I met a Swedish Montessori teacher. I was visiting their school, and she taught me a poem that's set to a scale. And it set me off on a 25-year collecting spree where I either collected or wrote more poems that are set to the scale. So I'm going to start with the one she did. In singing, as well as in most activities we do with kids, the hands are involved, right? Okay, so we're going to do some acting in this one. Does everybody here like balloons? Let's pass out the balloons. They're pretend balloons, but they're really nice ones. Mine's purple. Okay, you ready? Blow up your balloon. Tie it nice and tight. Hold on to the string. Let's go for a ride. Here comes the birds flying from the trees, chasing our balloons. Stop, birds, please. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, no. They popped my balloon. And someone will say,
not mine.
Didn't get mine. And so it's playful, okay? We're playing with music here. We're just having some fun. That's a scale. And the more you sing scales with children, the stronger their voices will be. And you also want to emphasize not volume, how loud they are, but how beautiful they are. So use your soft voices, not your outside voices where you're screaming, because they'll scream. It's just a natural thing for them to do. And you all know that the first 3 words that children learn to ignore: don't, stop, and no. Redirect. Don't correct, redirect. So if they're doing something you don't want them to do, just use your soft voice. Okay, so that was the first one I learned. And then I've either made up more or learned some from different people in doing these workshops. And they're all in my book. We'll do a couple more of them. I work with Native American kids sometimes, and they love this one about the squirrel. And there's something that happens at the end for the last note, and they want to put it in every poem. They like that thing so much. So, I saw a little squirrel walking in the woods, searching up and down for something really good. He saw some nuts high up in the tree. He climbed up to the top and drops him down to me. Plop, 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 bonk. Ow, it hit me in the head.
That's good.
So a little humor will get them to do these things. You have to trick them. They just, otherwise it's like watching television. I had a student once, he was from Cambodia, and he wouldn't sit cross-legged, he only squatted. And I didn't say anything, but he would never participate. For months, I was there once a week, he never participated. Until I met his parents one day, and they said, oh, so you're the guy. He comes home and he sings your songs, he does your facial expressions, your hand motions. He was sitting there memorizing me. That's what he thought he was supposed to do, was bring it home. And so you don't want to make them do anything. Never make a child do these things. Just, if they don't do it, that's okay. Just don't give them special privileges. Oh, you get to do art now while we're all singing. No, just sit there and listen. So that's a fun one. You might know this one. The chubby little snowman had a carrot for a nose. He stood still awaiting, for whom do you suppose? Along came hungry bunny, looking for some lunch. He ate up snowman's nose with a nibble and a crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch. Nibble, 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 crunch. I try to do them seasonally. People say, what's your theme? I say, well, it's usually related to nature and the seasons. So in the fall, I'll do the squirrel. In the winter, I'll do that one. In the spring, I like to do one called the flea. And I learned this one from a Canadian teacher. And I was just so thrilled that she was willing to share it because it's probably unique to Alberta or wherever I learned it. But there's a little action in this one. So everybody get 2 fleas, one in each hand, and put them on your toe. On my toe there is a flea. Now it's climbing up on me. Past my tummy, past my nose. On my head where my hair grows. On my head there is a flea. Now it's climbing down on me. Past my tummy, past my knee. On my toe, take that, you flea. And I'm just amazed that, teachers love to make up these little things. And if we don't share them, then no one will know about them. So if you make up something really cool, bring it to the sharing fair sometime and share it with people. I'm doing a whole workshop of things that I either wrote myself or collected, and I want you to be able to use them. That's the fun of this. So it's, all right. Let's see, try to do another one of those. How about, we did the balloon. I should look at my book to remember them, right? I'm trying to think of the ones I just do with kids. I've been doing the balloon the last couple of weeks. There's, I'm going to look at the book.
Doing the balloon one more time.
I'm sorry?
Would you mind doing balloon one more time?
The balloon? Are you going to record it?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Let's do it.
Sure, we'll do the balloon again. You got your balloons? Oh, how could I forget Baby Birds in the Nest? We'll do that one.
Oh, that's a good spring one.
Yeah, that's the spring one. Okay. Everybody got your balloon? Oh, yours popped. Here's another one.
Thank you.
It's okay to pretend a little bit, Blow up your balloon. Tie it nice and tight. Hold on to the string. Let's go for a ride. Here comes the birds flying from the trees, chasing our balloons. Stop, birds, please. Pop, 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 pop. Okay. Now for the really fun one. Baby birds in the nest. Oh my gosh, there's so many things you can do with this. Ad lib with these, okay? Don't just do it exactly the way I did it. Play with it a little bit. This one's really fun. Baby birds are in the nest. Mama bird is gone. Hungry little birds can't sing any song. Mama bird came back with the worm in her beak, and all the little birds then began to peep. Peep, 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 squeak. Squeak, said Mother Bird. No, you're supposed to peep. I'll get Papa Bird to teach you. Baby birds are in the nest. Papa Bird is gone. Hungry little birds can't sing any song. Papa Bird came back with the worm in his beak, and all the little birds then began to peep. You ready? Peep, 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 squeak. So you can do Grandma Bird and Grandpa Bird. You can put the kids' names in there, you know, Joey Bird and Susie Bird. And so, and then the last one you have to do all squeaks. So I mean, I like to play with that one. That's a fun one, and they'll do it. Oh, they love the fact that last note on the descending scale is something funny. You know, it's back to tricking the kids, so to speak. Okay, sometimes you have to use a tool to get them to sing. It's known as a puppet. Now, when I first started working in Montessori, I went to a daycare convention, and I bought this puppet right here. This is Turtle. Good morning. Oh, nobody's saying good morning to me.
Good morning, Turtle.
Let's try it again. Good morning.
Good morning.
I like singing.
I like singing.
I like laughing.
I like laughing.
I like working.
I like working.
And I eat worms.
And I eat worms.
Most of the time they go, ew. And Turtle goes back in her shell. Now, back in the 50s and 60s, Woody Guthrie and various different people were writing wonderful songs for kids and adults, and there was a woman in San Francisco area named Malvina Reynolds. Is that name? Anybody? Malvina Reynolds wrote some famous songs, Little Boxes on the Hills.
She wrote that?
She wrote that, and Pete Seeger and people made it famous, but she also wrote lots of children's songs, including The Magic Penny. Anybody know The Magic Penny?
Yeah.
We'll try to do that before this is all over. But she also wrote this song called You Can't Make a Turtle Come Out.
Yeah.
You can't make a turtle come out. You can't make a turtle come out. You can coax her or call her, shake her or shout, but you can't make a turtle come out, come out. You can't make a turtle come out. If she wants to stay in her shell, if she wants to stay in her shell, you can knock on her door, but you can't ring her bell. You can't make a turtle come out, come out. You can't make a turtle come out. And when you forget that she's there, and when you forget that she's there, she'll be walking around with her head in the air. You can't make a turtle come out, come out. You can't make a turtle come out. Hi. So puppets are a tool. If you were a carpenter and you didn't have a hammer, that'd be like a teacher without some kind of pet puppet. I could do a whole workshop on just puppets, but ultimately you have to let them talk. You can't make them talk. You can write a script for them if you want and recite it, or you can just play with it and see what they do. It's like your alter ego speaking almost. And they'll be a great tool to get, maybe some child won't talk to you, but they'll talk to the puppet. And children love them. They just love them. And you can do so much with puppets. Another person I wanted to mention was Patty Zaitlin. She passed away last year. She was a great songwriter and did a lot of children's music. And she has a song about worms. This is a can of worms puppet. And there's some worms in here. Come on out of there, worms. This is ooey, this is gooey, this is ishy, and this is squishy. There are lots of worms way under the ground. Lots of worms that I've never found. I bet they're way down there, digging around, way under the ground. Yikes! Anyway, there's more to that, but that's all we're going to do for puppets today. I wanted to move on to this other instrument I brought. This is called a glockenspiel. They have student models of these you can pick up off of Craigslist or eBay. They're a big xylophone. they're set up like a piano with the sharps and the flats up here. These are the black keys on the piano. These are the white keys. And I call it the glockenspiel banana peel. They'll learn the word glockenspiel, which is a German word, a little tricky to say, but they like it when it's coupled with the banana peel. So that's the xylophone right there, those 8 notes right there, okay? But this gives you other choices, okay? So one of the first things I learned was starting with the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Letters of music are easy for me. Okay? You can't do that on the other xylophone because there's no A. It starts with a C. Now, a scale, it goes from C to C. Okay, the first and last note of a scale are the same note, but one's higher octave, right? So what if you start with D? What happens? It's not right, is it? So you're using the sharps and flats, okay? Because there's those 2 half steps. Remember the half steps? There's a half step is between one of the white keys and one of the, except for here. This is also between E and F is a half step, okay? Because there's no E flat or E sharp. There's no E sharp. It doesn't exist. The physics of music was all done with wires originally, where they would stretch the wire and you'd get A, and then you'd get A sharp, and then you'd get B, and there was no B sharp. Didn't work. Okay? So let's see, I have a poem for glockenspiel too. Glockenspiel, banana peel, went to school on a wagon wheel to teach the children notes to sing so they could sing ring ding, ring ding, ring ding, ring ding, ring ding. Okay, so that's, you just keep messing around. If you can get a xylophone, you can find them at thrift stores or estate sales, or you can order them if you have the budget from various different companies. And the one with the steps I really like. They like it a lot. It just shows the half steps. You can explain that to them. Okay, let's see. What's next? We did puppets. Oh, I know. There's one more of the poems I wanted to do. Xylophoni Maccaroni, it's like ice cream, not bologna. Tastes real good, feels real fine. Let's have some more anytime. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. All right. So, other songs to sing? There's so many. There are songs that are perfect for children to sing in a performance setting. Meaning, why are you teaching them to sing? What are you going to do with this skill? And what I like to do is at the end of the year or at holiday time in the end of fall is to have a performance and have them do between 7 and 11 minute long performance. Not long. You can't expect them to learn lots of things, but they can do simple songs and perform for their parents. And the parents love it. And they'll get stage fright unless they practice a lot. So you have to practice. Have even a dress rehearsal. Go up on the stage and practice it with no parents there. And I had this one student whose father was in the Seattle Symphony, and she did not sing in the performance, and he was really disappointed. Well, she was afraid. She was really scared, and that happens, and that's okay. You can't make them sing, but you try. How many of you do the song, Tell Me the Continents? When I first started doing Montessori, I learned this song from Anna Watts. She was the director of the school. Tell me the continents, tell me the continents, tell me if you can. North America, South America, Africa, Europe, and Asia. Don't forget Australia, don't forget Antarctica. These are the continents, these are the continents, these are the continents of the world. Now, every school does it a little differently. sometimes people don't start with tell me the continent, they start these are the continents. It's okay, whichever way you do it, but everybody should know that song. Aren't you teaching the continents? The map and the globe and everything? So what a great way to add to your curriculum. Just do it in a song. There's a song called This Pretty Planet. Does anybody know this? Nobody? There's a man named Tom Chapin. He's a folk singer. His brother was Harry Chapin, a famous, did Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon, Little Boy, that was his brother. Well, he wrote this song called This Pretty Planet, and they love to sing this. This pretty planet, spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, the planet, spin us around, all through the night. Say, till the morning light, this pretty planet, spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around, all through the night. Say, till the morning light. Now I'm going to keep going until you join in. This pretty planet, spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around, all through the night. Say, till the morning light. I couldn't hear very many people. This pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around all through the night. Say till the morning light. That was a little better. One more time by yourselves. This pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around all through the night. Say till the morning light. It could be sung as a round. I wouldn't mess with it with 3, 4, and 5-year-olds as a round, but it's a beautiful song, and it's not long, so they can learn those songs. The power of a song on children is unbelievable. Patty Zaitlin, who I mentioned before, has an album called Spin, Spider, Spin. I went to I can't remember the name of the Montessori conference that comes around every year. The national one. Starts with M. MACD or something. I don't know. Anyway, I went and took a workshop. This is back in the early 80s. And they introduced Patty Zaitlin's music and this particular song about bees. And I went crazy. And I found out Patty Zaitlin lived in Seattle, and we became fast friends. And she passed away a year or so ago. But she wrote unbelievable nature songs for children. And the bee song is so powerful, they'll look at me like I'm telling them something really important. They'll just be transfixed. And it's a fun song for them to sing as well, but it has a lot of power. In the spring, when the bees come out, there's bumblebees, there's orchard bees, there's mason bees, and there's also honeybees. And this is a song about honeybees. If you don't bother them, then they won't bother you. I tell you, most of the time, you'll find that it's true. If you watch them go home, see them fly through the trees, they'll leave you alone. That's the way of the bees. If she flies by your eye, try to be steady or still. If she flies by your nose, just be ready until you can watch her go home. See her fly through the trees, she'll leave you alone. That's the way of the bees. A bee only stings when she's frightened or sad. good thing. If you don't make her mad, do not step on her wing. Do not threaten or tease. If you scare her, she stings. That's the way of the bee. A bee always knows what she'd rather do. She'd rather make honey than fly after you. If you watch her go home, see her fly through the trees, she'll leave you alone. That's the way of the bee. That's the way of the bee. Thank you. So if you're introducing bees and maybe you have a set of cards on bees or a lesson about bees and then you have a song about bees, and you understand when they did that workshop, they were very proud to say, you know, the female bee, the honeybee, it's all females, the ones that collect the nectar. The males are the drones, and all they do is propagate with the queen, and that's it. They don't do anything. And so they you know, she is in the song, and they were really proud of teaching that to everybody. Well, you know, it should be, everybody should know that only the female bee collects the honey. Only the female mosquito bites and collects blood, too. Now, we haven't done much with the hands yet, so hands ready for a little clap here. There's a clap. Now, I never tell children it's okay to kill creatures, but the mosquito's an exception. If they're about to bite you, you better squish them. So, you ready? Mrs. Mosquito is hunting for me. Zzz. You will taste good when I catch you, says she. Zzz. Now she comes close and she lights on your arm. Zzz. Mrs. Mosquito, you'll do no more harm. Zzz. Good job.
Nice.
You got to have a song for every animal and every occasion,
That's
right?
right.
You know, because the mosquitoes, they're a problem. They cause, you know, they figured out how to get rid of mosquitoes by changing them genetically so they can't propagate anymore. They keep figuring out interesting things. One of them was about beavers. Beavers will go to anywhere the sound of trickling water is and build a dam. And somewhere up in Canada, there was this lake, and they were building dams where they didn't want them to. And so they figured this out, so they took a boom box with the recording of water trickling and put it where they wanted them to build the dam, and they did. So they're sound oriented. How are we doing for time? Ooh, we don't have a lot of time here. What else did I want to do?
What's going on with that bear?
Ah, the bear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I almost forgot. This is a bubble bear.
Yeah.
And there's a song that goes with them called Nice Soapy Bubbles. Children love bubbles, right? Well, I'll do the song first. Nice soapy bubbles afloat on the air like small balloons. They're floating up there. Why can't I keep you, my shiny bright ball? One tiny touch and you're not there at all. You can catch this chorus easy. Nice soapy bubbles, nice soapy bubbles, nice soapy bubbles. A bubble, 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 bubble. Nice soapy bubbles afloat on the air like small balloons. They're floating up there. Just when you're large, most lovely and light, you disappoint me by bursting from sight. Here comes the chorus. Nice soapy bubbles, nice soapy bubbles, nice soapy bubbles. Oh, bubble, 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 bubble. Bubble, 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 bubble. So, bubbles, when people do it outside, all the kids go, "Ee, bubbles!" And they just go around and pop them, and they never look at them.
Yeah.
And so what I do in my little class, I say, okay, no bubble popping. And of course, there's always somebody that's going to do it anyway, right? Because they're just so used to popping bubbles. But after a while, they really want to see what the bubbles look like, because there's colors inside them, and there's reflections of windows and lights in there, and they're really cool. I don't think we have any bubble poppers in there. I think it's safe. So this is, I don't know who invented this, but I found it out of Toy Story. You squeeze the bubble and the bubble wand pops up. No fuss, no muss. You ever been to there used to be a store called Imagination Toys. It's called something else now. Anybody know? It's out on 85th and near Fred Meyer's, near Greenwood area, yeah. It's got a new name. It used to be called, but they have them there. So, keep below. Oh, they pop pretty easily. They think it's very funny when one pops in my face, by the way. They'll crack up laughing. Oh, there's one. Oh, look what colors. I see blue, purple, gold.
That's fun.
Oh, I was hoping the little baby would see it. She didn't see him. All right, see if I can get a bigger one.
Oh, yeah. Well done.
Oh. Anyway, that's a fun song to go with it if you can find it. You can just do it with a regular bubble. You don't need a bubble bear, but it makes it less messy. Okay, I didn't talk about the dulcimer very much. One of the things I do with kids is get them to sing by themselves, okay? When you're singing and they're singing at the same time, you kind of overshadow them. So often I'll pull back and sing quieter and just move my mouth to the song once they're doing it. But also I play a game called It's Time to Trick the Kids. It's time to trick the kids. Hi-ho the dairy-o. It's time to trick the kids. You can do this with the xylophone. In fact, I'll demonstrate that just so you can see. So I'll play a song and they have to sing the words or they're tricked. What was that? Oh, it was Twinkle Twinkle? Are you sure? Okay, now I'm going to play another one. It's not Twinkle Twinkle, it's something else. What was that? Baa Baa Black Sheep. Okay, now I'm going to play another one. It's not Twinkle Twinkle, and it's not Baa Baa Black Sheep. What is it? The alphabet song. So all three of them are the same song with slight variations in the number of notes and things. So you can do it with the xylophone, some songs, but with the dulcimer, I do tons of songs. And they love this, and so I'll play a song and they have to sing it to me or they're tricked. They don't want to be tricked, so. That was an easy one. You want a harder one?
On top of spaghetti?
On top of spaghetti. Very good. How about... You have hand motions to that song?
Well, it's the head. It's like their head, shoulders, knees, and toes. It's how they teach the parts of the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we've been sitting for a long time. I would like everybody to stand up. We're not going to do head, shoulders, knees, and toes because everybody knows that one. We're going to do one from Africa that I learned from a group of people that did music called Tickle Tune Typhoon. And it's called Che Kule. Anybody know Che Kule? Oh, we'll do a quick version. Okay, whatever I say, you say it back to me. That's called call response. You can get the kids to do this. So they'll do it. Che Kule.
Che Kule.
Che Kofinsa.
Che Kofinsa.
Kofi Salanga.
Kofi Salanga.
Kaka Shilanga.
Kaka Shilanga.
Who? Ede, who?
Ede, who?
Hey! Hey! Now there's another person who's a genuine American hero. Her name is Ella Jenkins. She made the first children's recording in the 50s. It was the best-selling album ever for Smithsonian Folkways music. She has been to every teacher's. She's in her 90s now. She's not going anywhere. She lives in Chicago. But this is one of her songs called The Cedar Tree in honor of Cedar Montessori here. We got to do this one. Hands by your side, feet together. This is Ella Jenkins' song. The cedar trees, they grow in number. The cedar trees, they grow so high. The cedar trees, they are a wonder. The cedar trees, they touch the sky. The wind blows through and makes them sway. The wind blows through and makes them sway. The cedar trees, they grow in number. The cedar trees, they grow so high. There we go. Rhyming with children, our last thing we're going to do is a little song that when I was a kid, there was a rock and roll song. See you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile. And I thought, well, there's got to be more to it than that. And so I started making up more verses. And this is my goodbye rhyme. So we'll see how many of these rhymes I can pull off here. See you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile, toodaloo, kangaroo, see you soon, raccoon, bye-bye, butterfly, I'll see you then, penguin, be sweet, parakeet, take care, sleepy bear, out the door, dinosaur, it's time to go, buffalo, it's time to go, marshmallow. And that is all. Thank you.